Every relationship hides a story, and every story carries pain. Welcome to Cheating Stories Insights, where truth bleeds through word.
The envelope arrived in pale cream, heavy, embossed with gold. I almost didn't open it. Something in the weight of it warned me. But curiosity can be cruel. Inside, her name. My cousin's. Curled in looping script beside his. The man who once knelt before me, ring trembling in his hand, eyes wet with promises he never kept. Now her fiancé, my cousin's groom. The paper cut deep into my fingers as I folded it back. My mother's voice followed from the kitchen, too casual. "You got the invitation, didn't you? Of course you'll go. Family comes first." Family. The word tasted like ash. I set the card on the table and stared at their smiling names. My stomach churned, but my face didn't move. I had learned long ago, never let them see the wound while it's still bleeding. At first, I told myself it was coincidence. Families overlap, circles collide, love doesn't always obey lines of loyalty. But memory whispered otherwise. The late nights he claimed he was working, the sudden cancellations, the hollow in his voice when he swore nothing was wrong. And her, my cousin, always near, too near. A hand on his arm at barbecues, a laugh that lingered too long, eyes that met mine, then darted away. I should have known. But betrayal never shouts, it whispers. It waits until you're looking elsewhere. Now the truth was printed in gold, announced to the world, wrapped in celebration. And I was expected to sit quietly in the pews, smiling like it didn't split me open. I didn't refuse. That would have given me away. Instead, I agreed, calmly, almost warmly. My parents praised me for being mature. Inside, I began preparing. I revisited old messages, archived threads where he told me I was his forever. The photos, still stored in folders I couldn't delete. Him holding me, him whispering promises, him before her. And then I searched. Dates, overlaps, excuses, screenshots mapped against memory. Every absence cross-checked with her presence. Patterns emerged. It hadn't begun after me, it had happened during me, while I wore his ring, while I believed. The knife had been sliding between my ribs the whole time. I'd just been too blinded by love to feel it. The night before the wedding, I packed a single envelope. Thin, unassuming, but heavy with truth. Inside, printouts, dates, photos, words he'd sent me while already hers. Words that proved what neither of them wanted anyone to know. I didn't sign it. I didn't need to. At the ceremony, I sat near the front, close enough to see the tremor in her hands as she adjusted her veil, close enough to see the sweat bead at his temple. He didn't look at me, not once. The vows began. The room hushed. And then, when the priest asked if anyone had reason they should not be joined, I didn't stand. I didn't need to, because the envelope was already in her maid of honor's hands. It would reach her before the reception, before the photographs, before the dance. The crash came quickly. Gasps, voices sharp with shock. The bride fleeing in tears, white dress streaked with ruin. The groom chasing, stammering, begging. And me, still seated, still silent, watching the fire I had lit consume them both. My parents turned to me, eyes wide, demanding explanation, but I gave none. I simply rose, smoothed my dress, and walked out into the night air. The cold felt clean. I didn't attend the reception. There was none. By the time the night ended, the story was already unraveling, spreading through family like smoke. They had betrayed me once. Now they betrayed each other, publicly, fatally. And I never raised my voice, not once. Walking away, I felt no triumph, no joy, just clarity. They thought they could wound me and then erase me, rewrite me out of the story of their lives. But the truth doesn't disappear. It waits, it lingers, and when it finally arrives, it cuts deeper than any blade. They wanted me to attend. I did. And they will never forget that I was there.